Hello, everybody.
We're
We
back, baby.
are back, but with something slightly different this time. My name's Steve, for those of you who don't know.
Yes. My name's Donovan.
We've got a brand spanking new podcast. This one is called The Sounds of Chaos, as you just saw there from our trendy little intro. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be all based around, well, sounds, music in particular, and getting new music to your eyes and ears. And not only that, but getting to hear from them as well.
Yeah,
Donovan's lined up our first guest. Just give them an idea of what we're trying to do.
well, it's an idea that we've been messing around with for a while, isn't it? And we want to take the artistic and creative world. We say by storm, not quite, but eventually. But
Maybe.
we want to be inclusive of all creativity.
Yes.
However, we realise that we both know loads and loads of musicians and loads of bands, so I think it would be silly of us not to start our kind of move through creativity. It'd be silly not to start with them. And it's not just bands; it's solo artists, it's songwriters, producers, anything to do with sounds. That's what we're looking at the moment. So we're going to be focusing on that. The Chaos on the Road is still going to be a thing.
A feature. It is going to be a feature, an occasional feature.
Yeah, because we have been invited to gigs. So I think that would be a cool thing to do, would be to kind of go out live, get a band involved, and then just do a kind of bootstrap, follow them around, Gonzo style, like we did. With the play, with the Marilyn play. So I think we're going to do that, but at the moment we're going to look at just kind of interviewing bands and getting bands promotion for bands, and it kind of helps both parties. And they're all really cool people.
Lots of different genres too.
Lots of different genres. Yeah, there is no limit on the genre that we work with. It's all inclusive. But the next band we are going to be looking at talking to, which is going to be next week, a week today, is going to be a band called Left Hand Man. I know the lead singer. We go back quite a way. They're an excellent band, and they're rock, but they've got there's some good eclectic ideas in there as well. So they've just come out with a new EP, and it's really, really, I'm really impressed. Impressed.
Let's give the people a little idea of what that EP sounds like. Here we go.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to it already.
Little clip, very mysterious. They're not giving too much away, which I quite like. Sometimes
I like the moon walking on the moon as well.
I do like the moon walking on the moon. I also like, is that Dick Tracy in the doorway?
It's a very kind of it's very noir style, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I was to ask Mark, who's the lead singer, he's probably going to say it's him, but I don't know.
I thought it was Dick Tracy. It looked a lot like Dick
Tracy. It's very Dick Tracy, yeah, very Dick
Tracy. Early TV memories there. But very
cool,
guys,
very cool.
So that gives you an idea of what we're going to be up to, what we're going to be trying to create. We are also looking at, because we now have a new studio space that we can use, where we're going to be doing some live performance shows as well. And I'm like mega excited about those. The only difference with those, though, is, as you all know, it's super difficult for musicians to make any money these days, and for people like us. So what we're going to be doing with those is we are going to be putting them on our Patreon page. They will be super duper cheap. You're talking like £1, £2 max to watch these live shows. Yeah, it's a pay-per-view thing, but it's only like £1 or £2. It's less than a cup of coffee. To be fair, it's half the price of a cup of coffee these days, right? And
quarter maybe.
Yeah, and
depends on where you are.
Yeah, and that money, basically, what that's going to get used for is some of that money we will keep in a pot. which is going to help us grow this podcast and make it a bigger platform to show off musicians, but also something much, much bigger, which we've been talking about doing for some time now, but we're not going to tell you what that is just yet. But there will be something big further down the line that you lot will all be invited to at some point. But we will let you know about all of that very soon. But in order
We've
for us
kind of let it slip in the past, haven't we? But
we kind of have. So if
you've
you're
been listening,
if you're on the corner, the Chaos Corner, and you've watched us before, you may have an idea of what we're getting at there. We think it'd be really exciting, but we cannot do that without some kind of funds. And like I said, super affordable, dirt cheap. You're going to help support bands, local music, individual independent artists, and you're potentially going to be putting on a brand spanking new huge show of some description a bit further down the line. Right, before I say too much, let's get out of here, Don. And we look forward to seeing you all next week on that podcast. All the dates will be in the description, all the information, links to the band we're going to be talking to will also be there. So go and check them out and give them a follow as well.
From here on in, we'll be pumping out information all over you. We'll be all over you for the rest of this week now to make sure you're on.
Nice one. Right, and guys, we're out of here. Have a great time. Over and out. See ya.
Peace.